Hello everyone, thank you so much for joining me on the show today. Thank you for tuning in to the show. Spot update with Simon Jaggs. We have so much lined up on the show here for you today. We will be giving you the information and the results on the games that were played in Europe this weekend in the English Premier League, the Spanish La Liga, and of course the German Bundesliga. We'll be giving you all the updates on the games that were played, and also in America we will be giving you information about the results of the games that were played in the National Football League, the NFL, this weekend, and we'll also be predicting, or we'll let you predict, who will be going to the Super Bowl in America, talking about the teams that are left right now in the AFC and NFC. Which teams you think will make it to the Super Bowl this year? Let's go straight to the results of games in Europe. We'll be starting with England, and of course England in the English Premier League this weekend. In the Manchester Derby, Manchester United beat Manchester City by 2-0. And Sunderland beat Crystal Palace by 2-1. Chelsea beat Brentford by 2-0. And it was a 1-1 draw between Liverpool and Burnley. And of course, West Ham beat Tottenham by 2-1. And Leeds United beat Fulham by 1-0. And Nottingham Forest had a 0-0 draw with Arsenal, and Wolves and Newcastle played a 0-0 draw too. And the last game that was played in the English Premier League this weekend, Everton beat Aston Villa by 1-0. So those were results of the games played this weekend in the English Premier League. And now we go straight to the Spanish La Liga to give you results of the games that were played this weekend in the Spanish La Liga. Of course, Espanyol lost to Girona. Girona actually beat Espanyol by 2-0. And Real Madrid, mighty Real Madrid, beat Levante by 2-0. And Mallorca beat Atletico Club by 3-2. Osasuna beat Oviedo by 3-2. And Real Betis beat Villarreal by 2-0. And Valencia beat Getafe by 1-0. And Atletico Madrid beat Alaves by 1-0. And Celta Vigo beat Rayo Vallecano by 3-0. And Real Sociedad surprisingly beat mighty Barcelona by 2-1. So those were the results of the games played in the Spanish La Liga this weekend. Now we'll move to Germany to give you results of the games that were played in Germany this weekend. Werder Bremen had a 3-3 draw with Frankfurt, and Hoffenheim beat Leverkusen by 1-0. And Cologne beat Mainz by 2-1. Hamburger SV and Mönchengladbach played a 0-0 draw. Wolfsburg actually played a 1-1 draw with Heidenheim, and Borussia Dortmund beat FC St. Pauli by 3-2. And of course, mighty Bayern Munich beat RB Leipzig by 5-1. And Stuttgart played a 1-1 draw with Union Berlin. And of course, Augsburg played a 2-2 draw with SC Freiburg. Those were results of the games played in the German Bundesliga. And of course, coming to America, yes, the National Football League, NFL, the divisional games that were played this weekend in the American Football League, the National Football League, the NFL. The Broncos beat the Bills 33-30, and Seahawks, the Seattle Seahawks beat the 49ers by 41-6, and Patriots beat the Texans by 28-16, And of course, the Rams beat the Bears by 20-17. Okay, so we will be talking about the conference championship game that will be going on in the United States this weekend. Who do you think will make it to the Super Bowl? The teams that made it from the divisional rounds were the Rams, the Seahawks, the Patriots, and the Broncos. Yes, and the NFC side of it, the Seahawks are so good. They got a defense that is so formidable. Number one in so many stats in the NFL right now. They call themselves the dark side. They are defense that reminds me of another great defense from the Seahawks a couple of years ago, the Legion of Boom. But these guys, led by Leonard Williams, they call themselves the dark side. They've been flying around, beating up teams and winning in all categories in the NFL. They are so good. And of course, they got a great offense led by Sam Darnold. Of course, JSN is there too, Jackson Smith and Chiba, and Kenneth Walker. All three of these amigos, three musketeers, I would call them, doing so well for the Seahawks. And of course, special teams is good too for the Seahawks. So they're a theme that is very difficult for any team to beat. And of course, the Rams, the teams that we're playing against in the NFC Conference Championship game, is another very good team. The Rams having a very good coach in Sean McVay, and of course they also have a great quarterback, Matthew Stafford, who is leading the team. Nakua is another great, very good player in that offensive, the offense of the Rams, who will be playing against the Seahawks. And of course, they got a good defense too, led by Vars, flying around also and beating up teams. So who is going to make it through in the NFC Conference Championship game that will be played next Sunday here in Seattle, which will be between the Seattle Seahawks and the Rams? Which of these teams will make it to the Super Bowl from the NFC side of things? And of course, in the AFC Conference Championship game, we have the Patriots, of course, playing against the Broncos. The Patriots have not been in this position for so many years, since Tom Brady left the team a couple of years ago. They've been lacking behind, but all of a sudden the team with a new coach, Vrabel, has actually become so good again with their quarterback Mayer, who is doing so well. They've been doing well, and that team getting back to playoff and of course conference championship games again after so many years away from of course from the playoffs. And of course the Broncos, they were the number one seed. Very good team, good defense, good special teams, and of course a good quarterback in Bo Nix. But unfortunately, Bo Nix may not be playing. According to what we heard, he's injured and may have ended his season with that injury. May not play in this conference championship game, and if they make it to the Super Bowl, may not play as well. So who will make it to the Super Bowl? Which teams will make it to the Super Bowl? Is it going to be the Seahawks versus the Broncos or the Patriots? Or is it going to be the Rams versus the Broncos or the Patriots? So which teams are going to make it to the Super Bowl? Leave your prediction, of course, your comments in the comment sections, and let me know who you think will make it to the Super Bowl. Thank you so much for staying tuned on the show today. This is a show where I'm going to be giving you so many information about sports and what's going on in the world of sport. And of course, this week we're talking about who will be making it to the Super Bowl in the NFL, the National Football League in the United States. So make your prediction, leave your comments in the comment section, and tell me who you think will make it to the Super Bowl. We gave you a lot of information on the show today. We told you about the games that are played in Europe and of course the NFL. And thank you for staying with me. Thank you for being on the show today. There will be more and more coming to you every week, and more information about all that's happening in the world of sport. My name is Simon Jag. Drop a comment one more time. Don't forget to drop a comment about who you think will make it to the Super Bowl. Which two teams would make it to the Super Bowl this year? Thank you for staying tuned. I'm Simon Jags. Bye for now.